Welcome to the Indie Corner, where we talk about all things independent comic book in the universe.
We're playing this. Hold on.
Robert Kirkman's Invincible. I'm Mikey.
I'm Christian.
I'm Matt.
And today, people, we're back at it again after a long hiatus, and we apologize for that because our schedules have not lined up, and partially it's because of laziness as well. But it's mostly because of Christmas.
Majority.
Yeah, and today we're going to be finally talking about Volume 18, also our third event in the series known as the Death of Everyone, and we're going to figure out what that actually means, and that's going to cover issues 97 to 102. So I'm excited to get back into this. I missed y'all so much, so we're going to get right into it. So, Matt, do you want to talk about issue 97?
I'm going to talk about issue 97. This is Invincible number 97. It is, believe it or not, written by Robert Kirkman and drawn by Ryan Ottley, as they all are. And this issue opens up with Bulletproof. What's his name?
Zandale. Oh, Zendaya.
Zendaya. We learned his origin. Turns out his brother was a bit of a dickhead. He wanted to make superpowers, and he gave his brother superpowers, and in doing so, he also died. Which is why he's been pretending to be his brother for his parents when he's out doing his bulletproof stuff, because they don't know that he's even dead. I don't know how exactly that works out, but they don't know that he's dead. Anyway, he tells his parents that, and they don't take it very well. They're real upset, and then his girlfriend kills his mom, and then he kills his dad, and it's extremely dark. It's like kind of hard to read. It's really dark.
I mean, it's kind of fucked up because like he'd always described as like because him and brothers, like you said, as we mentioned, they're twins. So like it's kind of interesting. Like his brother is more left brain, which is more like the mathematical, logical side, and he was more right brain, so like the artistic stuff. And his brother got most of the love, and he was mostly like the rejected one. And like they never listened to him because he was always living in his brother's shadow. So like the fact that they said that his brother he was a scientist, he always worked all the time. So like he was able to replace him easier because like they don't see him often anyway. So how would they know? And they're twins. So like just put some glasses on him and then he's Tyrone. Like it just
And I guess that worked. But his parents are both dead, and he puts them in the car and throws them off a cliff to fake an accidental death, and now he's just got to live with that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, basically.
Anyway, then Robert Kirkman pops into the book and says, "Hey, so that was kind of dark. Please stick with this. We're trying to we're building up to issue 100. Stick with us. It's going to be worth it." I think it's not going to be worth it, but
I mean, what's this dude's name? I think it's like Philip Schaff, something like that. Like this
I think it's Robert Kirkman.
Robert Kirkman. All right, the Science Dog writer. Got it.
Yeah. But then we check back in with Mark and Eve. Mark's still sad because he doesn't have his powers, and Eve refers to them as like invincible collectively, and he's weird about it. Then we check back in with Nolan and Alan. And I'm gonna be honest, I read this a little while ago. I don't remember what this seems about.
It's basically just like because Nolan has been in jail because of he tried to stop Alan from unleashing the Scourge virus on Earth, and Alan's like, okay, no, you're gonna go to jail now because you're acting against me, my dude. And so basically he just goes back to he checks everyone on prison and is like, oh yeah, by the way, we're not gonna unleash the Scourge virus. I'm sorry, you're free to go, and that's basically what it is.
Okay. Yeah, because I read this at this point. What, 2 weeks ago? It's been that long?
Yeah, it's been a while, but
yeah. So thank you. I couldn't remember what that team was about. So, and then we're back with Mark and Eve, and they're gonna have sex again, as they do. And Mark's still real self-conscious about it because he doesn't have his powers, and he thinks he fucks bad about his powers, which I guess he does. And then he gets his powers back mid-fuck. And that's how the issue ends with Mark getting his fuck powers back.
I mean, yeah, basically that's how it ends.
Marky's
Breezed right through that. Jeez, okay.
Marky's got it back.
Yeah.
I mean, that's everything that happened, right? That's really it.
I was, yeah.
It's a very quick read.
Yeah. Just origin of Bulletproof, Robert Kirkman showing up, and then Nolan is free from prison because Alan realized he made a mistake. And also you mentioned that we forgot to mention that Debbie is also like, why is Alan here? He's like, oh no, we're cool now, we're fine. But Oliver has something to tell you because like, oh by the way, I killed her. I almost killed your son, aka my brother. And I'm sorry. So and then like funeral happens with Bulletproof's parents because they had to cover that up. And then Mark is like, I don't like how you said last time, I just can't have sex because I don't have my powers. And then she's like, shut up and just fill her up, basically. And then he gets his powers through. Okay, is this a common theme where because Christians always say, yo, like the Viltrumites change via fucking humans, and now Mark got his powers back.
Yes, this is a common theme.
Yeah,
and it will be readdressed later on my issues on the power.
Yeah, but it's a pretty quick read. You're right, Matt. But yeah, I think this issue was good. It was a good because I always was like, because like we always established, Bulletproof exists, but like we don't know anything about him or like how he got his powers. So like this was really interesting, and it's like the thing with his brother is really dark. Like it's super dark.
It's super dark.
Like his brother's like, I'm gonna sacrifice you so that we can make sure that my experiment like works, and he just dies anyway. And his parents are just like, I hate his parents so much.
The whole story is just dark.
Just to confirm, Bulletproof killed literally everyone in his family?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Mom, dad, brother. Well, his brother didn't count because that was an accident. But
okay.
All an accident.
Are you sure?
Yeah, his brother literally was like, it was an accident. He was strapped to Bulletproof was strapped to a gurney. Like, what kind of
real quick though.
Mm-hmm.
What did I don't remember her name? His girl. What did he attack his mom for?
No, because she was fed up. She was like, because like they never listen to him. They never hear what he has to say. He literally said
their family was always talking shit about him. How he was like the least successful in the family, and his older brother's like, look how amazing he is. He's a superhero. See, and look how you suck ass.
Yeah, right? and
then she
because she
killed his mom.
Yeah, because she was helping him deal with that. The fact that he never told his parents that his brother died, and that he was basically like saying that he was a superhero and didn't tell them the truth because he didn't know how to tell his parents. And she was the nice girlfriend helping him deal with that. So like having his parents be like, "No, you killed our son. It's your fault," when it clearly wasn't. She just like, "I'm tired of their bullshit." Like, and she did it by action. She didn't mean to. Like deep down, she was just fed up. So I mean, good for you to like stand up to your man, but you didn't have to kill his mom.
No.
And his dad was like, "You killed my wife. I'm gonna kill you." And then he just like, "Dad, no, please stop," and snapped his neck by mistake.
It's so dark. It's like
all in all, a bad family junction.
No, it was terrible. Like I literally was when I saw his parents, I was like, his parents suck. Like they literally threatened to call the cops on him because
he was terrible. They were terrible.
Yeah, so there's that. But other than that, it was a good issue. Yeah. I mean, Mark got his powers back because I remember me and Christian were talking about, when is Mark getting his powers back? He got his powers back through giving his girl that good deed. Basically, her eyes roll to the back of her head. You notice that shit? Her eyes roll to the back of her head in one of these. I'm like, damn, Mark. Okay, bro. Like, chill. But
all right, 98. 98. I like this issue a lot.
A lot of these covers are like some of my favorite covers in the book. Like last cover is really good with the blood splatter with Bulletproof, and this one I love this one a lot too. So
yeah. So this issue opens up with Mark talking to Bulletproof, and he's like, "Yeah, you can keep the costume and the name. Don't worry about it. Like people thought they called me Invincible Boy anyway, and it was awful. So you have fun being invincible. I'm gonna go be other invincible." And so he does that.
Yeah.
So we check back in with Dinosaurus, and Mark's like, "Hey, I'm coming to see how you're doing. Got my powers back. We can pick up this whole partnership that's going on. So what's going on, Dinosaurus?" And Dinosaurus is like, "All right, listen. So while you're powerless, I kind of had to take these into my own hands. So here's the plan. I am going to cut the world population by 80%. And that way, he's gonna Thanos. He's gonna Thanos everybody.
Basically, yeah.
And he thinks that's gonna save the world. And Mark's like, "Fuck, what?" And he goes, "Yeah, Los Angeles. We're doing. He's gonna attack Los Angeles." So Mark takes off. And Dinosaurus goes, "Dude, you're too late. Too late." And then you turn the page, and Angstrom Levy's here.
Angstrom Levy Jeans has returned.
He's just back, and he's like, "Y'all,
Uglier than ever.
I'm gonna have my revenge." And then these even uglier guys are like, "No, dude, we're in control here. We're controlling you. We tell you when you get revenge or not." And then he goes, "All right, can I go home?" And he goes, "Yeah, sure, get out of here." So, so Angstrom, I guess, is just free now.
Yeah.
Mark on his way to Los Angeles. Cecil's real upset. He's like, "Mark, listen, if you don't stop Dinosaurus, this is all on you." And Mark's like, "Yeah, all right, just give me a second. I'm gonna fix it. I can fix it." So he smashes it into the sewers, and he finds the bombs, and he goes to get the bombs out. He calls in the Guardians of the Globe. I don't know if they do anything. Robot finds some bombs.
Yeah, like they just like Robot's trying to figure out what these bombs are, and he's having trouble. Like Mark, they don't detonate, so I don't. Because they're thinking like it's like Vegas all over again. Remember when Vegas turned to glass because Dinosaurus? So like they're trying to make sure like are these like the same type of bombs? Like, but he's found a way these bombs don't really detonate, and now these earthquakes are happening, and it's like what's going on? So like the Guardians are just trying to like save people right now,
right? Because there's all the earthquakes.
Yeah.
And Mark's like, "Dinosaurus, it's like Vegas all over again. What are you doing this for?" And he says, "Vegas wasn't enough." He says, "This is the only way." He had his whole supervillain monologue, and Mark's like, "Dude, I trusted you not to do this shit. What are you doing this for?" And Dinosaurus is like, "Well, that was your mistake trusting me. I'm a dinosaur man." And besides, all this stuff was just a distraction. And then the entirety of Greenland?
I think it's like I thought it was the polar ice caps. I think right. That's what it looked like.
A large landmass. I don't know.
Yeah, I just assumed it was like the polar ice caps or something.
Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
He explodes it, and it causes tsunamis all around the world.
It's what Al Gore warned us about.
It's gonna kill everybody in the world, and it's Mark's fault entirely. And it's the end of the issue.
Yeah. Well, and he's like, "Mark, this is, oh my God, you're killing everyone," and then that's the
Look at that oh shit face. I fucked up.
Because he kind of did though.
He did. It's entirely his fault. Why did he trust Dinosaurus at any point?
When everyone told him not to.
He's a dinosaur man.
He's a dinosaur man with a diaper. Every early 90s TV show says you could trust him.
Right.
True.
But I like this issue a lot. I think it's the reveal is really good, and I like Dinosaurus.
Yeah. It's good. It's because I literally was just like, oh, like I guess they're just not bombs. I guess they're just gonna save the day. And it's like, oh no, wait, you forgot about the polar ice caps. Remember what Al Gore said to us in the Inconvenient Truth way back. So yeah, no, it's good stuff. And this Mark's just like, fuck. Like it's just like so like because it's kind of funny to like. because y'all predicted like that, like the death of everyone was like the death of a person, but like like a character. But in reality, no, it's a little bit like the casualties that's gonna happen. That's what the death of everyone really means. So
Yeah.
So it's a good interpretation of that title of the event.
It is.
Mm-hmm. But it's good. It's a good issue. I liked it.
I also enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Dinosaurs with diapers need to be trusted.
Yes! Every early 90s show has a dinosaur in a diaper. You could trust him.
Yeah,
Not that bad.
for sure. But
For sure.
all right. So, any other thoughts before we move on to issue 99?
That's it. 99.
All right. So, issue 99, Death of Everyone, Part 2. So yeah, dope cover of Invincible. Sorry, Invincible Boy fighting Dinosaurus. I think it looks like it's on top of like Dead Body. I didn't notice that the first time.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's like you see Dead Body of Alan, Young Omni-Man, Rex, Adam Eve, and Invincible. My fault. We're not calling him
Invincible.
Okay, but here's the thing. This is what I think this issue is very interesting. Is because it is entirely I think all of it they're all full page spreads. So
Really?
yeah, every page is a full page spread in this. So it's
really cool.
It's really cool. It kind of bothered me because I'm just so used to panels, but yeah. So the issue starts off with where we left off in the last issue, where Mark is just like, dude, like, why? Like, why are you doing this? Everyone's freaking dying. Like, dude, we were supposed to change the world for the better, not just kill everyone and hope that the world's gonna end up the way you want it afterward. Like, why would you take that risk? And it's because it needed to do it. I needed to get it done. And
I just gotta.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs gotta do what dinosaurs gotta do. And it's
we were fucking up the planet, Mark. We had to. So, and it transitions to basically the Guardians of the Globe on the front lines, where we see Yeti, Pegasus, Brit, and Robot. And Robot's essentially trying to command everyone to like, okay, listen, we gotta get these people out of here, get people to higher ground because everything's flooding all over the place. And like, you know, he just kind of figure out a strategy and coordinating to all the different teams. This isn't just happening in the US, it's happening all over the world. And then we get this really cool, another splash of him, again, because we forget how Robot's extremely smart. So, like, he's multitasking. And he's telling, you know, hey, like, the Actioneers, you got to go here. Gary Hampton, the Astounding Wolfman and the Gary Hampton School of Gifted Werewolves, we have to go there. And then, like, so, like, we're trying to get he's just trying to coordinate a plan here, and then Cecil's just like, he also is it kind of weird that like he's kind of telling Cecil what to do here? I was like, bro, hold on, he's your boss. Like, you gotta chill a little bit, Rex. But like, I understand.
He's gonna be a villain. He's gonna take over.
Yeah, like so, like he's trying to coordinate like a plan of action right now, and it transitions back to Invincible and Dinosaurus. And I think it's like, Matt, I'm not gonna lie, when I read this book, I thought of you because I'm just like, damn, these are a lot of words. Because they're all full page spreads, so like so you have room to put dialogue. So I was reading it, but I was kind of dragging a little bit, but it's fine. But all the visuals, all the art looks good, so I don't really care. But like,
yeah, it's really cool.
Basically, just Invincible was just telling like him how, yo, you basically just made us mass murderers, dude, and like you think it's okay. And he's just like, listen, it was for the greater good. Al Gore told me so. Al Gore predicted this would happen, so now we have to do, like, it's a must. Yeah, but and also he understands he's angry, but like he asked him to like the problem was bigger than the both of them. He didn't care about their notoriety. He just wanted to get shit done. And then, you know, we get another really cool splash of them like fighting after making this huge crater and talking about like, you know, like you're like Dinosaur's trying to convince like listen, Mark, you're smart. Like, you gotta understand, you gotta believe what I'm doing is the right thing here. Like, you even admitted that like Vegas was for the greater good. Like, it helped a lot of people what I did, but at the same time, like, Mark's just telling him to shut up because he doesn't want to hear it right now. And then it transitions to our boys, the Viltrumite Empire, baby, Viltrum all the way with Thrag. And I like this. It's probably my favorite parts because like it's a reminder of like, oh yeah, like the Viltrumites are still on Earth. But it's this big meeting, and essentially like he's like, hey guys, listen up. So obviously you can tell, there's a crisis event happening on Earth, and like a lot of people are dying. But here's the thing: remember what I fucking said. Don't interfere because we're only here to fuck fuck all the humans so we can have children and and wait till our offsprings are of age to develop powers and to restore our ranks. So remember what I said. Like if you betray my orders, you will face my wrath. And we see here General Krieg is like doubting himself. We saw that in the last volume that we did on volume 17, like when he saved those people when he wasn't supposed to. So there's some doubts there. And then it transitions to again Robot and Bolt from Capes Incorporated, and essentially he is again Robot's just giving more orders and telling like, hey, we're trying to have an evacuation happening, and we're also working on something right now to solve this problem. So basically just like just do what I say and all that stuff. But then he basically mentions that that they're tracking Invincible and Dinosaurus' fight like this entire time, and that they're in Los Angeles right now. So they've been fighting all over the place. So then transitions back to Dinosaurus and Invincible again, more of Invincible trying to have Dinosaurus come to his senses to be like saying that I thought we could save the world together. Like I didn't. Instead, you're just making me accomplice to destroy it, and basically for the sake of humanity, he says you have to die. So again, remember when Mark went on that amazing journey last time when he was the all new, all awesome Invincible and was like, I'm gonna kill people, and I shouldn't kill people. But now he's on that track again with Dinosaurus again, murdering all these people. Like I don't think there's any other choice. I have to kill you. So again, so they're fighting, more fighting, and then they crush a building. Like a building collapses, and Dinosaur's like, no, you're the one who has to die. And so they collapse the building, and again from the rubble, we just see a limp body of Invincible. And then he's just like, we're just like, okay, like he looked like he knocked the fuck out. Like what happened? Like all it took was a building crash on this fool, like on our boy. Like come on now. And so he basically says here that that he's proven that he has to stay out of his way. So he says that he has no choice but to kill Invincible. And we see this crazy splash of him about to crush Mark's head. Will he do it? Will he not do it? We'll find out next on Dragon Ball Z. But that's how the issue ends. And most importantly, just to realize, to go back, there's a news copters watching all of this. So that will be important for the next issue. So your thoughts on issue 99, people?
It's crazy. I think it's really cool that it's all full-page splashes. I think it's a really neat idea.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot really happens in it just because it's all full-page splashes, so it can't make that much plot progression. But it's fun. I like it. It's a cool fight. It's a really cool fight.
It felt like moments with they didn't feel like it was they were focusing on like time frame with the storytelling. It was different moments that happen while this fight is going on, and it was interesting. So
yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
Mark fucked up. Mark fucked up.
He did fucked up, but
he done goofed.
He done goofed, and it seems like he's trying to. He might not ever. He's trying to jog his Dinosaurus' senses, but it's just not happening.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, any other thoughts on before we move on to our milestone issue?
Let's do it.
All right. So, issue 100, baby.
Oh my god.
We did it. We're now at 100 issues, people. It took us
how long did it take? 2 fucking years. We averaged 50 issues a year.
That's amazing.
I feel like we should have streamers and cake, but like we're on Zoom, so
I'm hungry. I haven't eaten today.
well.
I'll email you guys some cake.
Oh, thank you.
Bro. But yeah, this is issue 100, Death of Everyone Part 3, and again, this is what like, because I've seen this cover is iconic because like when everyone thinks of like Invincible the comic, they always show this cover, like always. I just think it's dope, and we see all the characters in Mark's life. We see some Rex in there, some Rex Explode. You see like some villains, some of the heroes that we know, and it's really cool. But yeah, so oh god, I forgot that it started this way.
So much.
So, issue 100, people. It starts off exactly where we left off. Remember when Dinosaurus was crushing his head and he's like, will he kill him? Will he not kill him? Well, yeah, he kills him.
It's so much.
No.
It is just brutal. Like we see his eye fly out. Like his face is literally a pancake. And
Well,
it's just, I guess it's the end of Invincible, guys. It
was a pleasure.
Yeah, we're just gonna
podcast with you guys.
stop. It's been real.
Mhm.
Invincible's done, people. Sorry to disappoint, but it is what it is. So
And now time for our new podcast, our fan theory of what happened while Invincible Pete didn't die.
oh yeah. The hypothetical scenario of like, what if he didn't die?
Yeah, what if Invincible kept going on?
Dude, I mean, but after what we just saw, like he just died. So how can that happen, Christian?
I know, right? Ridiculous. It obviously didn't, because we saw him dead.
I
But
mean,
like, what if?
we'll find out if your what if theory is what actually happens. But again, we're not done. He rips him in half too, by the way. Just straight like
It's so much.
listen, man.
And the lighting too.
Change your diaper and just keep it pushing.
All right.
Rev up those fryers and change those diapers, man.
Yeah, man. Come on. But yeah. So, and like then there's the helicopter that I mentioned earlier is a new broadcast being like, yo, are we seeing this? It is like, yeah, like we're broadcasting this live, and we get this amazing like these 2 pages with like a montage of like everyone is watching, like everybody. So we see like again Cecil, I'm trying to name like all of them: Cecil, Sinclair, the Immortal and Duplicate, Titan.
What are all these people watching TV for?
Yeah,
What?
it's in the middle.
Is it
It's
like
after
the world ending right now?
I mean,
That's a good question.
That
What
is
is
a good
Eve
question.
watching TV for? Eve has shit to be doing.
I mean, well, granted, like I would assume that like civilians live on like some civilians live on a higher floor where their electricity is still working.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
And what do you do when your building's flooding? Watch CNN.
Well, we're on the highest floor, and you have to get to high ground when there's a flood, correct? That's
Yes,
like
of
always
course.
the move. So yeah, but then we see Donald, we see Rick and William, our boy. We see Bloodvincible. We see Amber, who we haven't seen in a while. Obviously, I hope she left her fucking boyfriend.
No, I don't even remember what Amber looks like the original. I only know
you're so used to the show.
Yeah, I'm so used to the show now.
Amber right here in the
She's
corner.
blonde.
She's blonde and white. Remember? And yeah, we see what's it? Powerplex. Adam Eve, obviously, because she's just saw the love of her life die in front of her.
I don't know if that's that's an ugly ass
The
face.
Astounding Wolfman, Monster Girl, Art, Doc Seismic, Brit, Shapesmith, like everyone's watching this, and
Who's that guy with the hat on the right page, right over Monster Girl?
right over. I think it's no one.
That's
This is right
Nolan.
No, it's no one. Like it's nobody.
Oh, it's nobody.
Yeah. I just noticed this right now. Here's Damien Darkblood right here. Demon Rorschach, if we remember.
Yes, Rorschach.
Yeah, but yeah, so Mark just freaking died and the world is watching. But then did he die? We don't know because he just in this amazing double page splash, he wakes up in a black room and is just like, wait, where the hell am I? And yeah. And he's basically like, he's just describing that, like, it feels kind of weird because he can see himself and like nothing feels natural. And he's just in this dark area and like is asking like, yo, is anyone there? And someone responds, hello, Mark Grayson. So throughout the book we'll find out where the hell he is. But yeah, so it picks up with these family like in a canoe, like trying like like not drown, and then they're about to drown, and then Invincible's like, oh no, I'm not gonna let you drown because I'm Invincible and I'm a hero.
Yeah.
But so then it transitions to and also I think he's talking to Rex, and he's been like, yo, how the hell are you gonna fix this thing? And I didn't get this page here, but we see Rex and a bunch of these scientists and all of Rex's drones working on something massive, and he's like, listen, like we're working as fast as we can here, so we'll see what we're talking about. And then and Mark's in this black room, and it's just like, hey yo, like what, he's still wondering where he is, he wants to know what happened. And then this mysterious figure is just like, hey yo, like the Viltrumites were dumb to give me access to all of their databases and stuff, because like I mean, like, why would they trust me? I mean, it was to help you, of course, but like, obviously, I would look into all their stuff. And he's like, Dinosaurus, is that you? And it's revealed that yes, it is Dinosaurus, and that Mark is alive. He did not die, and basically, like, he's saying, I'm standing right in front of you, and basically explains that, oh yeah, so like. There's this I found out with like, because you remember like the Viltrumites, one of the Viltrumites' like weaknesses is like their ears are pretty sensitive, so like there's a frequency that he found out that if you play it so a Viltrumite will hear it, it'll put him in like a comatose state.
He's playing the brown note of the Viltrumites.
Basically.
You know what the brown note is? It's the note that makes you shit your pants.
That's an actual thing?
No, it's not an actual thing. It's a myth. But the whole thing was like, oh, there's a sound that makes people shit their pants. This is the Viltrumite version.
Gotcha.
Except for shitting their pants, they're in comatose.
Gotcha. So then he basically is just like, and then Mark's okay, like, he's like, so what happened was like, so it allows me to like, and I made this thing so like I can go into your mind and talk to you while you're in this comatose state. And it's okay, I guess that makes sense or whatever. I don't really understand. But it's like, he's like, okay, and then we get this very like expositional page, like how the hell he did this. So essentially, like he collected enough genetic material from Mark while he was unconscious when he got the Scourge virus to then think, hey, maybe I can make a clone of Mark just, to help me move stuff around and stuff like that, to be like an assistant or a henchman. But then or slave, either or. And then he realized, but then he never got like the cloning process like all the way there, which means he probably needed the Mallow twins for that, but they're dead, or not. And then he was just like, I mean, you didn't read Guardian the Globe Volume 2, so I'm just saying.
Okay, all right. Good to know that they're back.
You gotta read the Globe. But essentially he's like, I made a copy, but it's brainless, but it was a convincing copy. So what I did was, while the building crashed down, I opened a portal because, oh yeah, I can access Cecil's teleporting tech now and waste more $5 million of taxpayer dollars. And he switched out the bodies and then just killed the clone instead to make it look like you died. So look, man, you're a martyr now. Yay! You're not attached to the human world anymore because they all think you're dead. So now we can continue our plans without any distractions. Like my plan, and Mark's like, he's just thinking about it. He's like, listen, now you're free to save the world. So it transitions back to the house of Duplicate and Immortal, and Immortal decides, hey, because the world's dying, I'm gonna come back out of retirement, guys. Woo!
Again, woo!
Yeah, and the Duplicate's like, no, you gotta be with our family, but like, babe, people are dying. It's like, oh yeah, you're right. Okay, just go. And then this is the funniest part for me in this book. So Angstrom Levy comes back and randomly portals in like underwater. It's like, what the fuck just happened? Like, where the hell am I? And then he comes for air, and then he's like, yo, Will, there's a broadcast feed live. I gotta check this out because like I didn't realize that this is like a drowning planet now. And he says he sees that Invincible, he's dead, and it's just like, what? Like, do dreams come true? Transitions back to Mark. And Mark's like, yo, after all this, like, you think I'm going to work with you? Like, you literally played me and I trusted you. and like, it's just he's just very upset, and like he was supposed to help people, not kill them, and Dinosaur is like, listen, bro. Again, he was trying to create long-term solutions. He had to get it done. Al Gore told him to. Al Gore predicted this to happen, right? It was an inconvenient truth. And then, but then I think Mark was kind of interesting. Mark kind of like has him like, come to his senses a little bit, being like, listen, like, you literally, like, what if you were wrong though? Like, what if this is just like, it's just delays the inevitable? Like, well, no matter how hard you try to like, to how many people you kill, the result's still gonna happen. Like, what if you're wrong? And then basically he thinks about it, and it's just like, huh, I think you kind of have a point there. So then he wakes him up, and basically just like, listen, like, he realized that he was wrong. What he did was wrong. He didn't want to like kill people, but he was so blindsided by like his hubris and wanted to be like, hey, like, I thought it was right. Like, this was this is what it means to an end, that like he didn't realize that like he just killed a bunch of people potentially for nothing. So he just says, listen, like, this is it for me, bro. We've had a good run. I'm sorry for like, making you a murderer and all, and I'm sorry that I faked your death. And listen, I think the only option right now is like, he's like, what? Like, what are you saying? Like, why are you saying it's the end? Like, I think you gotta kill me, Mark. Because if you don't kill me, this is probably gonna happen again, and we don't want that. So we're obviously gonna get this awesome like panel of Mark, like Kali Maing fucking Dinosaurus. But no, it just transitions like to Cecil showing up, and Mark walks out all bloodied and just like he just sits there. And it's a really interesting scene where like Cecil's just like, listen, kid, you fucked up. Okay, you fucked up bad. And like, he's like, listen, like, what's the death count, Cecil? And it's like almost at 100,000. We're probably gonna be climbing to a million by the end of like the rescue and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, dude, like, and he's like, listen, like, Mark's like, he's like, you've really, it's like, Cecil's like, you really done it. Like, you thought you had this under control, and obviously you're right. But then it's like, he asks him a really important question, like, do you still feel like you think you know best? Do you still like your moral authority is the only thing that's right for the world? Because when from a time from Invincible Returns all the way to like the Viltrumite War and then Dinosaurs showing up, Mark was literally convinced that like what he thought was the best thing for the world. Like, he was very, is naive a good word to put it? Like, I don't know if it's like okay. He was very naive, and Cecil's like obviously warned him of that, and now it's come back. It blew up in his face. And so Mark said, listen, I can go to jail. Like, I'll face my crimes for this. I'll do time. I'll do whatever you need me to do. But like, also, here's the thing. How the hell did you like stop the tide? Like, because I hear like the tides are lowering. How's that? How did you do that? Oh yeah. So what Robot actually built? He built 2 artificial moons to essentially create a permanent low tide, to settle down the tidal waves and all that stuff. And yeah, because Robot's smart, guys. Remember that. And what I thought was interesting is that these also will act as other bases for the Guardians of the Globe. So now they have not only bases all across the planet and a moon base, but now they have these 2 bases on these artificial moons to work and do stuff too. So it's really cool.
2 moon bases.
Yeah, 2 moon bases. So, well, 3 moon bases. but yeah. So essentially, just like, so I think was like, listen, like, again, Mark saying like, I know I'll do my time because there's so many people that died. It's like, listen, I have a different idea. It's like, what's that? Oh yeah, it's your earpiece that you used to have. He's like, wait, so you're gonna have me work for you? Like, yep, and no buts about it. Like, you do whatever the fuck I say. When I call you and I need you, you're there. That's your punishment. And then basically he's like, well, why would you do that after all this? And then I love this. He's like, why not? I've worked with villains before.
Wow.
And I'm like, that's great.
Wow.
That's great writing, and I love that. So yeah. So it transitions to Omni-Man and Debbie returning home to see the house in shambles and Eve just bawling her eyes out. And she's like, oh my gosh, like, Eve, what happened? He's like, Mark died. And then they're just like, what? And you just see like oh man, who do I have to kill? Who do I have to kill right now? I will murder a bitch.
Murder,
Like,
murder. Where's the murder? Give me the murder.
So then she explains to him what happened, and just like you see Debbie just burst into tears, and it's like really sad. And then he's just like, "Oh, guys," and Mark shows up and it's like, "Oh, I'm not dead. It was a clone." And then she's like, "Prove it." And he whispers something in her ear, and she starts bawling. Like, "Oh my god, it is you!" And then he gets her introduced to his parents. He's like, "Oh, like guys, when did you guys get here?" He said, "We just got here just now." And it's just like, we had to see you, like, because you got hit with the Scourge virus. And then you see Debbie Debbie embraces her son, being like, "I thought you were okay." Like after what Eve said, "I thought you were like, it's okay, Mom, I understand." And now that they're all together, he wants to talk with Eve for a little bit. And he's just like, she explains the situation to her, like, yeah, everything with Dinosaurus was my fault, and that my punishment is I have to work with Cecil again. And she's just like, really, like, about the company be fine, because now obviously like Zandale's the new Invincible, and that will cover our expenses and all that stuff. And here's the thing, like he looks back to when it's very interesting. He looks back to when he was in the first issue when we started, and when he was getting his powers, he didn't really like when that iconic scene where he figures out he can fly, and it's just like I didn't really think about that I could fly. I just assumed that, since I was super strong, maybe I'll obviously fly. He just went for it. He didn't really think about it. And that's basically what he did here. He did that on a larger scale, and now people died for it. And he's like, "Listen, I just can't do that again. From now on, I gotta just, I'm not gonna take any more chances. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna try to be a better person from this. I'm gonna try to be a better hero from this. And like working with Cecil will probably be a good step right now to help fix things." And like right now he just wants to he doesn't want any more surprises, and he just wants to like just focus on being on the right track. But then he gets a surprise at the end, and his surprise is that Eve reveals that she's pregnant, and that's how the issue ends. So thoughts on 100?
Wow.
Yeah, crazy issue. I think it's really ballsy to open up your 100th issue with killing your main character.
Yeah, dude,
that's really ballsy. Even though it's a fake out, it's still kind of cool.
It's really cool.
But it's so gross, dude. It's too much.
Remember,
that was too much.
If you gotta go get your diaper changed, dude, we can stop for a little bit. We can take a break.
Nah, I'm gonna sit it until we're done.
Oh, gross. You're gonna stew and
but yeah, sorry, Christian, go ahead.
Do you think there's any like significance to when he was in like the brown note zone, where he was like in a coma from that music that he was listening to, like whatever vibrational frequency, where like his subconscious self was in his original costume, but his outer self was in his angsty boy costume?
I mean,
interesting. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, I haven't thought either.
That's cool. I think that's probably important.
I mean, I feel like that's just how he always sees himself, as like his day one costume all the time, because that's because
still a newbie after all this time. He still feels new.
He's still learning. Like this is why I love Invincible so much, because like again Mark, growing up, Mark from being a naive teenager getting his powers, and now like figuring out how to be a man as well as a superhero. So like I mean, it's just that scene right there is just like, again, like, and also I feel because like the angsty suit is like like the darkness of Mark, and then like the regular suit is like what Mark always strives to be as a hero, like to be that symbol, that icon, that like that goodness, So it's a good thought to. I didn't really think about that, but yeah, thanks for bringing that up. But I like the talk we had with the Cecil. Talk with Cecil, I think, is one of the most like deep talks we've ever had. Him and Cecil have before, being like, because like Cecil's kind of been like a father figure to Mark ever since like Nolan like obviously turned, and just being like, "Yo, you fucked up, kid. Like now what? Like you gotta live with this forever. But like your punishment is that you're gonna listen to me for once and work with me now. Like stop being so naive and just think things through, basically." And I like that call back to like him the first time flying, to like how his naivety there, his brief naivety there, is a reflection of his naivety now, and how he fucked up so bad because of it, because he just jumped right in and didn't think about it. So it's good stuff, and
it is some good stuff.
And Eve's preggers, y'all, like
the most powerful baby known to mankind.
I think
Yeah,
it's like you
seriously.
also said that last time, but obviously we they
Yeah, but
we
that
made
one
it
didn't
into
make it.
something.
Apparently, it was a lie. Wasn't that powerful?
Fuck.
Died like a couple months in.
That's it's so bad. But yeah, she's
Yeah,
pregnant.
Yeah, she's pregnant.
Yeah, so we'll
That
see
child
what
is gonna be Jesus.
we'll see what their decisions will be with that. We'll see.
Yeah.
I really hope they keep it. Two, I really hope it's going to be a combination of their powers together. It's probably not. It's probably just going to be 100% Viltrumite because that Viltrumite sperm, man, they're basically tadpoles. You know?
Oh God. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, it's a great issue. It's great. To close that thought, it was a great issue. All right. So Christian, you got 101.
101 time. Oh yeah. All right. Issue 101 starts off with your boy Invincible comforting Adam Eve. 101st issue. Let's go.
I like it when they do stuff from like classic comics with like the exaggerated boom, like, oh, it's the first issue. Oh, like they try to like
with what's it called? Like that classic
POW
kinda,
POW thing. Yeah, because they did it with when Invincible had that dark cosmic for the first time. I thought it was cool. But yeah.
Yeah.
So the issue begins on the moon base where the Viltrumites are staying, and Thrag is absolutely roasting some of very familiar Viltrumites. Female Viltrumite, Cyclops Viltrumite, and Will Smith.
Yeah, I'll correct you because I was also going to say Will Smith. It's Anissa, General Craig, and Will Smith.
There you go. Yes.
And fun fact, people, I still hate Anissa.
Yeah, everyone hates Anissa. If for the people who don't remember, Anissa freaking raped Invincible out of nowhere.
What are you talking about?
Oh, I read ahead. I fucked up. I'm so sorry. I spoiled the thing.
Listen,
anyway,
what?
We're moving on.
I'll delete this video and edit and post.
Thank you.
I didn't know that.
I know you didn't. All right,
because it didn't happen, Matt. He's
all right. Starting now, this section was edited out. So anyway, back to it. These three people are getting roasted. The female one refused to procreate with any human. The Cyclops one is meddling in human affairs, and Will Smith refuses to procreate with anyone besides this one specific person.
Jada.
Yeah, there you go. And they all explain that they don't believe that these humans are worth it, or they actually are falling in love with these humans, and they really like this whole loyalty thing. And Thrag's like, Jesus Christ, this human punani is destroying my fleet. They're turning them into absolute pussy ass bitches because they're all caring about these human beings, and he's absolutely pissed off. Yeah, and now he's gonna figure out a punishment for these guys later because everyone in his flanks was slowly becoming more human than Viltrumite, which is exactly what happened to Nolan when he came here. That section's over. Now we go back to the very interesting thing of Eve being pregnant, and even Mark having conversation about it. So they're like, "You're pregnant?" And Eve's like, "Yeah." And Mark's like, "All right, we'll do whatever you want. I will support you regardless." And Eve's like, "I can't go through this like abortion thing again, man." And just like, okay, I completely understand. We're gonna have a baby, yay! And then they're like, oh, we're gonna have a baby. Oh. And they're actually kind of confused on how that happens. I mean, they're very careful. Like, yeah, they put on condoms too, but apparently these Viltrumite sperm, man, they're just too strong. And Mark's like, oh, that's kind of gross. Don't talk about my sperm like that. And he was like, like it. So they finish this conversation. They go downstairs. Of course, Nolan and Debbie are schmeckling because they can't stay off of each other for God knows, not even for a second. And they break the. Oh, they didn't even break the news yet to them. Okay,
No.
so they don't break the news. They just fix the house.
They're keeping it a secret for now because they don't
Yeah,
want
they're gonna
to
keep it a secret for now. Yeah. Back to the city. They're starting to repair some stuff, and your boy Immortal coming in for the assist, having a conversation with Rex, like, "Oh my God, you're out of retirement? Good man, really appreciate it." Immortal's like, "Yeah, man, I'll help out whatever you need. All right." And then Rex just goes, "What you want to do? Help transport these things with Kaboomerang, and go help Yeti with all that shit, and also Pegasus. He needs help with that." And then Immortal's like, "Who in the fuck are any of these people?" And then Rex was like, "Ah, you should have read Guardians of the Globe, man. Miss it."
Basically,
Yeah.
that's what we like. That's what Matt thinks right now at this very moment.
Who are these people? So they keep helping out, and then Mark and Eve come by for an assist. Cecil told them that they were working on cleaning up this place, so he came by to help out. And Rex is like, "Mark, what are you doing here? You like died in the last issue." And then Mark's like, "Yeah, I'm here to clean things up, you know." But like, and then Rex is like, "You should be in prison, so I'm gonna bring this giant monster to punch you in the gut." And it's like, "Ah, jeez." Rex is like, "I bet you fake your death, asshole. Have you come to finish the job to kill all of us? Not gonna let you kill us, man. I don't trust you. He's probably a helpless distraction, all that stuff." And Eve's like, "No, no, he's cool. Don't worry about it." And then Invincible, being the boy, is about to swoop in and help out. But before he actually can, Cecil comes in and stops the whole feud between them, orders everyone to stand down and get back to cleaning. And he's going to bring Mark in for a quick little chit chat to keep him away from everyone being mad that he kind of destroyed the world a couple hours ago. Also, Kaboomerang threw a boomerang at him that did absolutely nothing. Kind of a bitch move, to be completely honest. Let's see. Rex is very not happy about this. He's super mad at Invincible what he did, but Cecil's just ignoring him. Yeah, and Invincible comes in, says, "Listen, he made a mistake. Everyone kills people by accident from time to time. It's not that weird, I promise."
Leave Brittany alone. Just leave her alone.
And he pulls on to leave Brittany alone, and then he comforts Eve, probably trying to slide into her pants again, but we'll talk about that later. Okie dokie. So they're back in the Pentagon, having another little chit chat. Cecil's going to explain the whole scenario, and Mark wants to stop by and see Dinosaurus' body. Cecil's kind of confused why he wants him to see the body, and Mark goes to his what vertebrae?
I think it's like his. I think it's like his sixth. Yeah.
His sixth vertebrae, and to put his thumb right on there to see if it matches, and it does. He's like, "Yeah, I did that just to check that you didn't bring this guy back to life like you did with fucking
Conquest.
Conquest." Thank you very much. You knew it. It's like, "Oh, I didn't." Cecil's like, "Oh, I didn't know that you knew about that. Oh, that's super awkward. Uh-oh." And then Mark's like, yeah, I figured out during the Viltrumite War when he popped by. And he's like, "Hey, I'm not dead." And he was like, after that, I was like, it doesn't seem like a right point in time to bring this up for conversation, so I saved it for now. "So can you help with Eve and my dad?" And Cecil's like, "Yeah, of course." Cecil sent help over for Eve's pregnancy. And this lady who has X-ray vision, who also helped out with Duplicate and Immortal's kid, comes in. But Eve's like, man, I don't want the government getting involved with the baby. The last time government became involved with the baby. I came out and I killed my parents. So that kind of sucks. Let's keep the government out of this. And Mark's like, nah. That wasn't even Cecil's doing. That was like one of his underlings. And she doesn't even work for the government. She works pro bono.
Yeah.
And then Eve's like, all right, fine, let's go check it out. I'm gonna call her the midwife because I don't actually know her name. The
Yeah.
midwife checks on the baby and says, all right, your powers burn a lot of calories. From here on out, to keep that baby safe, you got to stop using your powers so much. And they're like, oh, okay, that's cool, I guess.
So for the time being, Eve is useless.
Exactly. So that's not really all that new. She wasn't doing a lot. But anyway, on the moon base, Cecil, Nolan, and Debbie are having a nice little chit chat again about what to do now after he tried to take over the Earth. Cecil's like, all right, you took over the Earth for like a minute. You're not a bad guy. You're a pretty decent guy. So I'm not going to like throw the book at you too hard. But I want to come with a deal. I'm going to banish you to this moon base forever, right? And that's going to be your punishment. But I also want you to keep an eye on the Viltrumites while you're here. And Nolan's like, yeah, that's fair. I'll do that.
Like, here's the thing. I love that he was like, okay, so like, here's your punishment. Exile. They were like, what?
Yeah, exactly. And then Debbie was like, I don't want to do that. That fucking sucks. And then Nolan's like, no, that makes sense, babe. Shut up. Yeah. And Cecil's like, come on. Compared to what you did, it's kind of a slap on the wrist. Also, if you really want, you could use my teleporter. You could go shopping and all that stuff. Sneak around, hang out with your son. Just, don't make a huge scene and all that jazz. He heads out, and at the last page, Thrag was just creeping up behind them, watching the entire time, be like, fuck these new neighbors that I have on the moon. So ends issue 101.
I thought you were about to do something else. And I was like, Christian, hold on.
All right. I don't know what you thought I was going to say, but thoughts?
It's this issue is good. Again, all these issues aren't bad. Like they're pretty good. Yeah, the whole midwife thing I think is very like the superheroes need like a superhero like midwife / OBGYN in order to like make sure their babies are okay. That's really cool. Robot beating Invincible up and being like, yo, you should be in jail. Why are you alive? I think that's great.
You should be either dead or in jail. Why are you here?
Yeah, so that was cool. I also like the conversation with Mark and Eve being like, yeah, we're having a baby, let's do it. But then they're like, wait a minute, we're having a child.
Yeah.
That's such a real thing. Like, because like
very good.
Yeah,
that's my favorite part of the issue.
Yeah, so is mine, because like it's just like, people are always like, yeah, let's have children, blah blah. The next thing, like, wait a minute, we have to actually like have a child and raise it and feed it and all that other shit. Like the thing about all the afterthoughts of having a child and stuff. So I think that was really relatable. That was a really realistic thing. That were like
relatable?
Not relatable. No.
No. You want to say?
Realistic.
Mikey, is this where we reveal that Mikey actually has like 5 kids?
Christian, you probably have 12 on the side that we don't know about.
What? Yeah, I have a baby for each month of the year.
But
and I still don't remember their birthdays.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, also the exile thing I think is the funniest thing. Like it seems like, yeah, exile. And Debbie's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So they're gonna be, I think it's funny, they're gonna be living on that moon base for now, essentially. I think it's really funny. So yeah, no, it was a good issue. It was a good breather from the last issue, basically, because that's always what happens when we have an event. Like there's an event, it ends, and then there's like a breather issue, and yeah, so it was a good issue. So
all right.
Yeah.
So any other thoughts before we move on to next one?
Not for me.
Gotcha.
Not for me either. Don't forget to cut out the thing that I said in this.
I mean, I don't want to edit, So
Nope, it's too late. It's in there.
All right, can we talk about that then?
Matt will probably forget in the next couple of weeks, so it's fine.
All right then. Well, I guess issue 102.
Yep. Good
issue
cover,
102.
like dope
Yeah.
cover.
Honestly, we are about to get a one-on-one fight of our most favoritist of at least my favoritist Viltrumite boys, about to square up. Story begins literally seconds after Cecil leaves. You already know Nolan and Debbie are about to do the nasty because that's all they do all the time, always.
But here's the thing, though. Even though they do it
Uh-huh.
all the time, as you can see from my name, but Alan still fucks. He will
not as much as
he will
Alan.
forever be the supreme fucker. I don't know.
All right, moving on. So Thrag, staring at the window like a creep, was like, "You're not gonna fuck in my watch," and then he busts through their space home, and Debbie flies out into the void of space. No one's like, "Oh shit, I gotta go save my wife." Knocks Thrag off of him, flies up to grab her, and then yeets her into an airlock where she could breathe and fight Thrag proper like. They head outside. No one's like, "What the fuck, Thrag? Why are we fighting? I thought we had a truce. You could have killed my wife." And then Thrag's like, "I don't give a fuck about your wife." And then Nolan's like, "But like, why are you attacking me? All I did was stand there, about to fuck my wife. I pose no threat to thee." And then Thrag's like, "No threat? No threat to me? You fool. Allow me to give you your entire backstory
Okay,
on
and
why I should murder you."
this is why I think it's cool, because it's the same shot where Nolan always explains to Mark about his backstory, and I love that.
Oh, that's such a nice detail.
Yeah.
I like that. All right. So, for the fans of our show, you may remember this thing called the Scourge virus, right? Kind of killed a shit ton of Viltrumites. Amongst this turmoil, their leader, Dun did the dead.
Yeah,
And Argus, yeah, Argall?
Argall, yeah, General
Argall. General Argall. He done died, and a replacement needed to be found. Someone of the Argall bloodline, right? But amongst the chaos, they couldn't find anyone. They could have sworn there was like one in the back alley or something, but they just couldn't find it. So Thrag was the surrogate leader for the time being. And then he was like, when he found out that Nolan and Mark are descendants of said bloodline, and in addition to that, traitors, he was like, nah, I can't let these guys be the actual rulers. I gotta go kill them. Hence why I'm trying to kill you now. And then Nolan's like, I don't give a fuck. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to rule you guys. You guys suck. And then Thrag's like, doesn't matter, man. As long as you're alive, they're gonna follow you. That's what's gonna happen. And it's my legacy to be the ruler. I'm the only one who's qualified. You're a traitor, and I hate you. So I'm gonna kill you and your son. Deal with it. They continue to fight. Nolan is getting what's up?
Wait, question. He doesn't know about Oliver yet, right? No, he doesn't.
He
doesn't. I don't think he does.
I don't think he does. Yeah. Well, yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's actually a really cool detail that he doesn't know.
Yeah, I totally just realized that. Okay. Sorry.
All right. So Nolan's getting his ass smacked, and Thrag has the upper hand. Nolan gets his eye knocked out, and before Thrag could land the final blow, someone stops him. It's Cyclops, Viltrumite guy. And then Thrag's like, the fuck are you guys doing here? General Craig, how dareth thou? And then General Craig punches him in the face. And everyone collectively decides that since Nolan is of royal blood, he will be their leader. And to have Thrag to fuck off. And then Thrag's like, you weak assholes. I was such a great leader to you guys. Why will you do this to me? And they're like, it was never Argall's strength we followed. It was his wisdom that you don't understand. It shows how foolish you were ever to follow you.
Like, I just find it so funny. Like in this page, like so it's Anissa, General Craig, Will Smith, and Becky with the blade hair just fuck him up. Like it's just like, dude.
Yeah, they absolutely curve stomp this boy's ass. And then Nolan, being the wise man that he is like, nah, let him live. Just, we're cool like that. And everyone's like, ah, yes, the wisdom. I bow to thee. It was a very nice
Dude, it's beautiful.
2-page splash. It's very cool. And then
You just
Thrag's
see Thrag just
Floating in
floating.
the background.
like, ugh,
Like,
it
oh,
hurts.
it's so great.
They punched me hard. All right. So at the last remaining Viltrumite warship, Nolan is giving his commencement speech, being like, yeah, being a Viltrumite kind of sucks, but with all this human punani, I was able to learn how to be a nice guy. And being nice isn't weak. Being nice is cool. I'm sorry. I'm not doing his speech
Matt
justice.
literally was just like,
Is it really that bad? Am I doing that bad of a job?
listen, no, I think you're doing great, but Matt just,
I'm sorry, Matt. I'm sorry. Okay.
You're killing it.
Thanks, Matt. So, all right. So Nolan is saying, all right, you guys have the right to interact with humans, be a part of the population, be a part of the society, and all that stuff. It's going to be a new way of living, a new time for us. It's going to be great. It's going to be a new dawn for the Viltrumite Empire, and everyone is super about it. They cheer his name, and Nolan's like, "Thank you very much, everyone. Now, if you excuse me, I got my ass whooped, and I need to take a rest." And Mark was there during the commencement speech, and he was like, "Oh, this is weird. My dad's the king now, I guess." They're back home at the Grayson family household. Eve's comforting, and Cecil's just dropping them off. What was this conversation about? I was not. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mark's like, oh, it's just super weird that my dad is now the ruler of the Viltrumites. He almost killed both of us not that long ago. Part of me thinks that he's still an evil genius, and this is what he was planning on this entire time. This kind of scares me. And then Eve's like, I couldn't see that. It's not fair at the time I've spent with him. Like, it was a twist, a huge twist. And then Mark's like, yeah, sure, whatever. And Eve's like, Mark, what can I do to cheer you up? Can I suck your dick? You want me to suck your dick, Mark?
Okay, turn.
And Mark's like, nah, I'm fine. I'm not sad or upset or anything. It's just a lot to deal with. So much is changing. Sometimes when I think about how different things are, it's just trippy. And then Eve's like, hey, do you want to get married? And makes a ring. And Mark's like, fuck yeah, I want to get married. Let's get married. And then they're going to get married. Mm-hmm. End of issue 102. Thoughts?
This is great.
I like that they are going to get married. I think it's a really cute scene.
Yeah.
Eve's using her powers.
Yeah, Eve's using.
She's already using her rule.
Baby
Think
just
about it
died.
real quick. Think about it real quick, though. It's a tiny ring, so probably didn't take that much power or calorie.
It's probably
You know what
fine.
else?
It's probably
You know
fine,
what
but
else?
still.
You know what else is tiny? A baby.
True.
Just saying.
True. Nah, this comic is this also like all these comics I think are really good. Like they're not bad at all actually. Yeah, but the fight obviously with Thrag was great. Now that Nolan is now the leader of the Viltrumites, dude, like I'm telling you, like think of Nolan when he started and look at him now, like bruh, he's literally the leader of the Viltrumites now. It's so cool.
It's wild.
Really did.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, he rose through the ranks pretty well.
Yeah.
So much character development from Nolan.
And Mark's a prince, I guess.
He is a prince, yeah. He's a
Mark's
prince
a
of the Viltrumites.
prince of the Viltrumites, a half-breed.
So
Yeah.
word,
And technically,
is a prince.
Oliver is also a prince. That bitch boy baby.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I hate him.
Shut up, he's great.
Sucks.
But So if they get married, then like that means Eve was gonna be the princess of the Viltrumites, even though she's not a Viltrumite.
Eve's
Yeah,
a
Eve is a
princess.
princess.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
freaking Debbie's a queen and she's a human.
Debbie is. Debbie was always a queen, Michael.
No, that's true. That's true.
Yes.
Yes.
The shit she has been through and how she recovered. A true woman. Top quality stuff. Shame
Yeah.
that she can't. She went back to Nolan.
Yeah,
Still.
that's
Top
true.
quality
So
stuff.
a lot of that stuff now. Eve and Mark are getting married. Like that's dude, it's great.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, who do you think's wearing the ring? You think Mark's wearing that ring? That'd be cool if Mark wore it. I think it's good. It's good progress.
Yeah. Very 2021.
Yeah.
To be wearing the ring.
But yeah, great issue. I'm just excited to like see what happens next. Obviously, honestly, because
Yeah, me too.
yeah. But
So what is next, Michael?
oh, what is next? Oh, funny you should ask Matt because you just want to leave.
Aw. I was having such a fun time.
Exactly. Matt just has to, be sold in his diaper and just ruin everything. God.
All right.
I guess
Understandable.
I have to-
All right.
I have to take my pants. Yeah.
All right.
Right. So episode, what was it? The next episode. Unfortunately, well, I don't think it's unfortunate because I've been wanting to read this book for years, but never actually read it. This is side stuff, another side thing. And this is honestly the last side thing on the list.
Okay.
And we're going to be reading the first 4 issues of Invincible Universe by Phil Hester and Todd Knock. So
Invinciverse?
yeah, Invincible Universe. I always wanted to read it, but like I never really got the chance to. So like that's why. And this is an 8-issue miniseries, but I just said we're just gonna do the first half and then just continue. So
The next actual issue is Angstrom.
Angstrom Levy comes back?
oh wait, from
The cover of the next issue.
the volume 19. Yeah. He comes back, and that's gonna be dope.
He's
So-
the cover of 103, and I'm so excited.
So again, if I would love for you two to do this one with me as well, but obviously because you're cowards, it's probably gonna be me and Damone. But and thing is like when we did Guard in the Globe Volume 2, me and Damone, it was actually good. Like it wasn't like Volume 1, which was honestly not great. So and Todd Knock's art fits. If his art fits well with the Invincible world, I think. Because I'm a big fan of his art, so I like it a lot. But yeah, so we're doing Invincible Universe number 1 through 4, and then after that, obviously Volume 19. So but yeah, guys, dude, 100 issues. Like
We did it.
finally. Which means unfortunately we have 44 issues left. And then we're done with the main story.
Yeah.
One more year of Invincible.
One more year.
One more. I don't know if it's gonna last another year, but so then
Probably
after,
2, right?
then after that, how many episodes are left? I think after Invincible Universe, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only 8 episodes left after that. So
Wow.
yeah, we're like almost there. We're almost at the end. And don't worry, people. Just making sure I have bonus episodes planned. There are some bonus episodes. We would do Science Dog, hopefully.
Yes.
But
I do Science Dog.
hear me out just real quick before we close off. Because remember, guys, Invincible movie's coming out, and I was thinking we could have a bonus episode where we just like talk about our thoughts on the movie, like cast, like who we cast, all that stuff. Because we don't know nothing. So like,
Right.
So I think that'd be a fun episode to do for a bonus episode. But yeah, so that's basically it. Check out next episode. Episode, I think it's like 24 now. Yeah, episode 24, which is the 25, which is the Invincible Universe number 1 through 4. And yeah, Christian, want to do the second intro?
It's like an outro, you mean?
Yeah, outro, correct.
Yeah. I'm going to change it up a little bit. Down in the comments to whoever watches this, what's your opinion on Amber from the TV show? Do you think she's ass? Do you think she's okay? Do you think that she was justified to be mad? I want to see a flame war. Entertain me.
A lot of people don't like her too, which is interesting. But yeah, so put down in the comments. Want to know what your thoughts on the TV show Amber. And again, look out for a review because we still have to do the review for episode 14 of the show. So that's gonna happen at some point. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that jazz. I don't want to say wash your damn hands now because like I think we're good with the pandemic at this point. So
Yeah. Down in Florida, which I'm at right now, nobody wears masks.
I mean,
Everyone's just kissing
Florida.
each other. Everyone's kissing the homeless. Everyone's opening doors with their butts. It's horrible.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, but we'll just catch up for the next one, which will be next week. No more delays. We're consistency. And yeah, we'll catch y'all later. Peace, guys.